here's an idea for 2.3c, them understanding that counting fractional parts beyond one whole. Now, I first want to say we want to use manipulatives and be hands-on. Just note that all the manipulatives that we happen to have are with the numerator, denominator, and fraction bar. Second grade does not do that. You are word form only. If they ask you about it, you could tell them that they can explore it and talk about it, but they're always going to be answering in word form. So for 2.3c, counting fractional parts beyond one whole using words and recognizing how many parts it takes to equal the whole. So basically, for this Explore, what you can do is start by asking, okay, how many pieces does it take to equal one whole? And they can count 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay. And then you can talk about what will we call just one of these pieces. So one of these pieces, and you let them turn and talk, all that good stuff. And hopefully you will get to the conclusion that this is 1/3, because it's one out of the 3 pieces to make our whole. Now, and actually, you know what? I would just start with just one. Let me take that back. Just start with one circle, one full circle, and do all the things I just talked about. Then bring in another bad boy over here, another circle. And now we can talk to the students and ask them, okay, so now how many holes do we have? We have 2 holes. Okay, so that's more than 1. Well, let's talk about how we could represent that as a fraction. And so if this is 1/3, if we were going to count them, this would be 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3. So our 6/3. Oh, look at me writing it as a fraction. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so used to working with upper grades. We would write it in word form only. So we have 6/3. We have 6 equal pieces. Okay, we good there? So that's kind of how you want to start with this one. I know this is kind of a weird one. You could even mark each one but 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, but really and truly each one of these are 1/3, and that's where some misconceptions can happen as well. So we want them to understand now that 6/3 is equal to 2 wholes. So I know it really should be in one line. That'd be a lot prettier. But so 6/3 equals 2 wholes. And then from there, if we want to take it further, you could do it to where there's a piece missing. So now you actually have a mixed number as well. So in this case, we would obviously have 5/3. And once again, you would have them counted out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/3. And that would also, if we could represent it as we have 1 whole, and then we have 1, 2. I'm so used to writing it in standard number form, guys. This is hard for me. I come from upper. Okay, so we have 1 and, ooh, I almost did it again, 2/3. So the big thing is we're going over 1 whole and showing the different ways that we can write it. Basically, you're writing it as an improper fraction, but in word form only, or you're writing it as a whole number sometimes, but in word form only. That's a big part of this TEK, and them just understanding to count the amount of pieces. And they continue counting, even if it's over 1 whole, they go to their next whole and combine the 2. I hope this is helpful.